What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. This one, we're going to be going one-on-one with a Patreon member. I'm always excited about these because I learn a lot, they learn a lot, and we're able to make that connection and understand different strategies, right? Because my strategy is not the same as yours, and it's not the same as the next person. So it's always great to know that. So if you guys want to be a part of this and have your own one-on-one, go over to Patreon, sign up, and we can work through getting a one-on-one scheduled every month and just trying to understand your financial situation, your ability to budget and all different types of stuff. So anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, the link to Patreon is down below, and let's go ahead and get into this one. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. All right, so what's going on investment wise? How's
Okay,
everything going
so
there?
um, actually, I got into Pepe before it actually went, all the way up. I got in at a low. I think it was here. I got it wrote down. Let's see here. I got in. It was one, two, three, four, five, six zeros, two, and
Okay.
I put a couple $100 in there, and man, I made like $1,700
Oh,
uh,
that's
off
fantastic.
off of Pepe. I sold that out. I sold that out. Got the 1,500. I still have 53 million coins in
Okay.
Pepe that I saved.
Okay.
So I still have that 53 million. And then I took that 1,500 and I'm gonna try something. I don't know how it's gonna work,
Hmm.
but we buy these SHIB coins and Terra Luna, and we you end up holding a lot of this stuff for, well, I know a couple of them I've had for over a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
At this point.
yeah, it gets a little disheartening. You know what I'm saying? That it's going to
Yeah.
happen. I uh, so I got online, man, and I found some of these pre-sales. And I know
Hmm.
it's kind of risky, but it's like Pepe, and I actually did okay on another one
Hmm.
that I caught, um, which was oh well, I guess it's in my other book. But anyway,
Well,
I didn't make much money. I put in 40, 30, $40. I made 300.
see,
Uh,
that's the way to do it. It seems like you're doing a lot the right way. Like a lot of people when they get started, or they're even seasoned investors in crypto or in the stock market or wherever they're investing, they don't realize that they can take profit in some of these plays that you may not see as like the most sound plays. Like you're not investing into an Amazon, you're investing into like a Pepe. Like it's not something where it has a ton behind it, but you're able to make money from it. And you can also use that money to try and fund other things that you want to try. So you're really tampering around with your strategy. And it's a good thing to see that because you made $1,500 from it, or total 1,700, and took out 1,500, and you're able to use a portion of that, maybe like 500 of it, and kind of work through what your strategy could be. Because I know where you're coming from. All of these like positions that we're holding, we've been holding them for a year, 2 years, or whatever, and
right,
you want some short-term profits from them to realize something. So yeah, you're
exactly.
definitely you're definitely doing things the right way, honestly.
So basically, I thank the good Lord. I'm in a position where the $1,500, basically, I took it, and man, you may laugh at me, but man, I'm gonna try this pre-sale stuff a little bit. So I got into the AI Dodge.
Okay,
Uh,
AI Doge, yeah.
yeah, AI Doge, how you say it.
Yeah.
I put $270 in it. I got 9.1 million coins,
Okay.
and I got my average price 4029, and it comes off pre-sale on the 19th. So what I did was, because at work, when these things go, I couldn't do anything. So I went and bought me a little laptop, and I've got all my crypto. The laptop is nothing but crypto. So
Oh,
I got everything set up on this laptop I can actually take to work. So, and then I went with Big Eyes. Now, Big Eyes, man, I talked to you about that one last time.
hmm.
I think that one may actually, dude, they're coming into the game with 46,000 holders, you know,
Yeah, that's
and they did what? $49 million in pre-sale. Um, and actually, just at launch price, just when it's going to launch, I've got $1,650 in it. I know that's a big gamble on a pre-sale coin,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I really think they're going to do something. And there again, I got 9.2 million, and it's 3016 is my average price, which is
Okay.
supposed to launch at 306. So just off the launch, I'm at right at 6 grand.
Yeah.
You but they got a big, I've been reading on it and studying on it, and they got a big casino that's going to launch in August.
Hmm.
Uh, and they got a whole bunch of things. I think maybe that one may do something. So there again, at launch, if I should be able to catch it. Um, hang on one second,
Yeah,
baby.
you're good.
Hang on, she may be outside. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hang on one
No, you're
second.
fine.
Um, anyway, so good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning. Yeah, go on. Yeah, you're good. So at launch, probably what I'm gonna do is I'll pull out a couple of million coins to get my, roughly 1,500. I figured it up. If I pull out I think 2.5 million, that'd give me right at about $1,500 back.
Hmm.
Get most of my money back, and then just let the rest ride and see what happens. Hopefully, they're expecting at least 10x, and
Well,
and maybe make a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that as you get to those pre-sale ones, if you're putting a lot in, you feel like you're risking a lot. You want to make sure you protect that investment. And I feel like I said, throughout every single or the conversations that we've had, it seems like you're doing the right thing by protecting your investment, or even taking protecting your profit plus your investment. And as long as you do that, you can take those risks.
Yeah,
And yes, that is a large risk, but you have to have some that you believe in a little bit more than others. So, yeah.
yeah. And then so I like the Elmo coin that you pointed out.
Hmm.
So I got into Elmo. I put $600 in. So
Okay.
I've got about 28,000 coins.
Yeah.
But there again, I actually I bought in a little bit lower. It went up. I actually sold some because the burn only happens on the sale. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I actually sold a little bit, made, I don't know, 15, $20, nothing major. But
Yeah.
I just turned around and bought it all back in, and bought back in. So
Well, hopefully, it was at a lower price because they did drop a little bit
yes,
lower to.
I did. I
Okay.
caught it. So right now my average price is 0.21. 2 cent,
Okay.
2.1. So
Okay. Okay.
and like I said, I'm right at 28,000 coins. So that was like I said, I'm like you. I've been
Yeah.
watching that one. I think it's going to do pretty good. Um,
Yeah, I definitely
the
think that has a lot of potential. I mean, just, I'm a big fan of deflationary coins,
right.
and that seems to be doing the best job of it, especially getting the exchanges involved. And it kind of opens the doors for a lot of other cryptocurrencies that are out there, including, hopefully, Terra Luna Classic.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. That man. That one's been such a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back and forth with
To
everything.
say the least.
They changed so many things. So, but I still hold 20 million coins.
Hmm.
I still got 15 million staked. Hey, speaking of staking, so
Hmm.
I went on to Elmo. Do you got any coins staked on Elmo?
I don't have any coin staked on Elmo.
Man,
I wanted a lot of other people to get the benefits of staking. So I let them have it since they only have a certain amount that you can stake. So I was like, just
right.
let everybody else be able to do that.
So I went in and I was going to stake 26 or 27,000 coins.
Hmm.
Um, and I went to stake it, and it approved it, and I went through the little process. But
Yeah.
so then when I went to stake it, of course it goes through the MetaMask, and they charge you some ETH on it.
Yeah.
But man, it tried to charge me 1.1 ETH to stake. It was like $1,600 or something, or point 0.8. I'm sorry, point
Yeah.
0.8. But it was
Yeah.
like $1,600 to try to stake that crap.
Yeah. When ETH gets like the gas fees are insane at times, it's like I don't even want to do anything on that side. I absolutely despise trading on like MetaMask or on the chain itself because it's so expensive. So like
Yeah,
I always choose not to buy on Uniswap. I'd rather buy on exchanges, which is a problem, especially on the ETH side. So that's why I guess, we're more likely to move towards ETH, level two or layer two, have that
right.
layer two solution that's way cheaper. But yeah, it's ridiculous. At one point, I was trying to sell. I think it was like $900 worth of Ethereum or move it, and it was going to cost me $900 to move it. It was $960 to move it, but I only had $900 in there, and I was like,
Yeah,
it's going to cost me more to send it. So I'm
yeah,
basically going to owe them money in order
yeah,
to send my Ethereum.
yeah, yeah. So that's the yeah. I just didn't stake it. I'm just like because I did the math. It was going to
Yeah,
gain me 700-800 coins. You know what I'm saying? Locking it up for
yeah,
the 43 days. You
yeah,
know, main thing I wanted to stake it for was hell. It was going to burn 1,900 coins. You know what
yeah,
I mean? To stake it, it was burn 7%. You make 3%. So I was just
yeah.
like, well, hell, it ain't worth all that nonsense to. And then if it does shoot up and I go to sell it, it cost me $1,000 to sell it. I mean, hell, it wasn't worth the risk.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely a little bit of an issue there. But
uh,
I like what they're doing, honestly. Like all of the like I said, all the exchanges and everything, and it seems like they have more connections than any other community that I've been a part of or any other team that I've seen. Um, they're working with, the two that they have right now, CoinW, and they're working with L Bank, and they have others that they're talking to as well. So it's looking pretty positive for them.
yeah. So I went in and like I said, I still hold 20 million of those, and I got 15 million staked.
Okay.
Um, so a little bit over 20 million, but roughly. And then I had 130 million uh, Shiba Inu tokens,
Hmm.
and man, I sold half of them.
I
Just
hear you.
that price spiked up a little bit, and I sold those. I kept. I have. Let's see. I have 68 million left. So if it does anything, I still got enough tokens to make a little bit of money off of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kept half and I sold half. I took that money and they got another pre-sale. Like I said, I went into one, two, three. Well, Elmo's not a pre-sale. Three,
And
four.
how are you finding like the popularity on these pre-sales? Are you just going into like a pink sale and trying to find the next
No,
pre-sale?
actually, you know what, man? I did a couple on Pink Cell and I lost my butt. Yeah, well, I mean, a couple of $100. You know what I'm saying? It seems
Yeah.
like Pink Cell. I don't know. Basically, what I did was I went in and I just went in and typed top token, top pre-sale tokens for 2023, and it had actually spit out a list of 10 or 15 tokens.
Oh, that's
And then
something
I
as
just
simple as that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, and I went in and done that, and then I just went in and looked at the top ones and click on it, and it actually takes you to their website, and so like the AI the Dogecoin. So I
Uh-huh.
bought in at the 4029. It's actually going to launch at three zeros, or I'm sorry, 4038.
Yeah.
So it's actually up when it's going to launch, it's actually higher than what I bought in at. And most of these tokens actually do that. And the other one I bought into was this Pika Moon, the
Okay.
Pika Moon token. I put in $330. I have 800,000 tokens. My
Okay.
average price is the 3043, and that thing's actually going to launch. It's supposed to launch at 306. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I got into that one, and then the other one I did was Mookie. I put in $70 for that one. It was I put in $65 actually, and I got right at 17 million tokens. 5039 is but there again that price has already went up because when I bought in it was like stage 5, and I think they're
Hmm.
on stage 7 now.
Yeah,
So that price.
I think
Huh?
this is something that a lot of people can learn from because record these one-on-ones and I post any one that I think is,
Right.
people can learn from, they
Right.
can learn something from. And I feel like just learning that because I've never really dove into like buying into pre-sales that much. I've noticed these trends of like buying into pre-sales and then seeing that you have certain pre-sales, seeing that you have a certain price that it launches at, and you end up making a decent amount of money from it as soon as it does launch. So everybody that does watch this video can essentially learn from this and know how to do that.
Or
Because
get to hear
yeah,
it.
get to hear the success
Right.
story, right? It's
Right.
coming right from your mouth that it's a success, that this does work. Not saying it will be 100%, but you have a high percentage chance to go into something like this as long as it does have popularity. You do the right research, and you can end up making out of the deal.
On my camera for some reason. Anyway, um, and then the one more I got into was the Wall Street token. Have you seen that one yet?
I think I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
I haven't
So
seen it. No.
it's a meme coin that they got, but I actually got into that one. I put 120 bucks. It is at it's kind of like where the Elmo token is,
Okay.
0.028. I put in 120 bucks. I got 4,000 tokens, but there again, they're supposed to launch. They're going to launch at around 5 cents. So basically almost double
Double.
your money when it
Yeah.
launches.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fantastic.
but I got on Twitter. They already have 230,000 followers on Twitter.
Are
Uh,
there posts? Are there posts? Do they look like they have 240? Because sometimes they have, they buy their followers, and that's never a good thing. So if you look on there and you see posts, like
okay.
active posts, and then also see like activity from others, like likes and comments and all that stuff, then you know that it's
Yes.
real.
So I did notice on their, on like when they post a lot of memes on there, and like the meme, it'll have 30, 40, 50 comments on the memes. So I go
Okay.
through and I actually click in and read some of what people are saying about go in there and actually read those. I think they had 8,000 followers on, what is the other one that everybody uses? The Telegram.
Okay.
So they had like 8,000 followers on Telegram and stuff. So anyway, that was a little bit of the money I had left, and so I put 120 bucks into that. So I got those one, two, three, three, four. Got those 5 pre-sale tokens, and we're holding up. Like I said, Big Eyes is supposed to the one thing about the launch on these pre-sale tokens, and I have noticed, and just like I watched that Love Hate Enu token, that it actually sold out on pre-sale.
Yeah.
So you have and that's the reason I bought the laptop. You have a small window because seen, and I've been watching these other ones, and I'll pick one token out and kind of watch it when it's close to launch. I'll go through that pink sale that you mentioned,
Hmm.
and I'll pick a token that's within a couple hours of launching, or when it goes off pre-sale, and then I'll watch it for a few days because usually after it goes off pre-sale, like some of these are like 2 weeks. Like Big Eyes token's already off pre-sale. It went off pre-sale on June the 3rd, but it's not going to launch till the 15th.
Okay.
Uh, but watch one, and what I have been seeing, the trend is usually the first 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, the first hour, that thing will go up and it'll spike. It'll go up, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50%.
Hmm.
It'll spike. And then, of course, everybody dumps their tokens and it falls back down.
Yeah.
So you have that window of maybe an hour or two to get in, get your money, and then get back out.
Yeah. And
So
the probably the thing that you really want to take from that is not to be too greedy, because people will wait and they'll say, "Oh, it keeps going. It's going to keep going. Let me wait." And then all of a sudden, boom,
exactly.
it falls
Well,
down.
that that's actually what happened to me on Pepe. I sold out a little bit. Well, I say too early, but hey, I still made money off of a few $100 investment.
Yeah.
So had I held on a little bit longer, I would have probably walked away with about 4 grand.
Yeah.
But hey, I
Yeah,
still walked away with 17. 500. So I can't complain.
Exactly. You can't be angry at walking away with something, with some sort of profit, because there's a lot of people that thought that they would walk away with 4 grand, and they were like, all right, I have 4 grand, I'm gonna wait for six, I'm gonna wait for seven, I'm gonna wait for eight, and then they wait too long and now they have $30. So like
Oh, I
that's the
tell you
type of
what,
thing.
my brother, my brother actually did that with the original Dogecoin. What
Uh-huh.
was it in 2021 when it went up to
Yeah.
75 cents or whatever?
Yeah.
He had, uh, man, he had like 1,000, 2,000 of them things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it went up, and I'm like, dude, sell it. You know, you got like $9,000, $10,000. Sell it. Oh no, 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 it's gonna break a dollar. He didn't sell it and that stuff anyway. So yeah,
Well, yeah, I don't
he
know if
got
you saw what happened to the Dogecoin millionaire, Pro the Doge. Did you see
uh-uh.
what happened to him? No, so he
No
had
sir.
he invested $180,000 into Dogecoin and turned it into just over $3 million. And
Right.
everybody on YouTube was telling him to sell. And I was in his comments, and I was like, look, sell 30% of it, or like something, right? $1 million, sell something there and just get
Right.
your investment plus, a lot more. You could set yourself up for life. And he was just like, no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna wait until it hits a dollar. Once it hits a dollar, I'll take some. And I'm like, what's the point? I mean, it hits a dollar, you're gonna have $4 million. So just take some, like take a little bit of it. And everybody else was telling him to take all of it, but he now has like less than, I think it's like 300 or $400,000. So from $3 million to $400,000.
Yeah.
He's still up on his investment, so you can't be mad at him. But I mean, you can obviously be mad at someone that turns down 3 million.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, the bad thing is when Pepe first started in the middle of April, I was going to take a couple of $100 and put it into there, and it was at like 7 zeros.
Oh wow.
And my wife, we were getting ready to do our taxes, and we were getting ready to go out of town. We were actually, I think we were headed to Orlando for a few days, going to Disney World. And my wife's like, "No, don't spend no money. Don't spend no money on it. You spend enough money on coins. And I I let her talk. Well, I can't blame her. I didn't do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Ultimately, you didn't
And
pull
had
the
I
trigger to
done that,
buy it.
man, I would have got. Man, I would have made it. I would, dude. I figured it was like $160,000.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Well, yeah. That's what I was mad about when I couldn't invest my $500 into Terra Luna Classic, and make 300. It would have been $300,000 from that instead of 30,000. But still, I made $30,000 from it. Profited
yeah,
only about $5,000 at this point. So, um, yeah. But
whatever
yeah. There.
happened to the Lunatics relaunch?
So, with the ETH side, so
Yeah,
they launched the first time, and I guess what happened was they had like holes in like the coding, and they didn't want
yeah,
to have somebody steal a lot of the funds that were in some of those wallets. So then they had
right,
to relaunch again, at which they had another mistake, because they wouldn't allow them to burn Terra Luna Classic, or
right.
reward you in Terra Luna Classic. And then they decided to relaunch again, which they did, but it seemed like it was a silent launch, because you were aware of them launching, but it wasn't like it was in the beginning, where you had so many people that were invested in this and wanted to see it skyrocket. So it went from being something that was going to be a successful pre-sale to something that was like, maybe it'll be successful, to like, no, it's not successful, and now it's just another coin that's out there. So it's there, and it's similar to the Binance side price. Both of them are similar, but yeah, it hasn't had like that kick that they wanted. So I honestly don't know where their head is and where they're going from here, because they haven't responded to me. Um, but I really hope that they do something to where they're looking to launch on exchanges and focus on that route, because you know they're trying to create new things, like these, create new things for the DEX side. It just doesn't make sense to me, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I ended up losing all my money on that. So, but
On the ETH side,
yeah.
how much
Well,
did you
that's
invest
the one.
into that?
and I was in like $500. But
Oh well.
so, I was actually, I don't know if you remember, I sent you the screenshots. I was actually, and that's what got me, was actually with an email talking to the DM, to the people, and we were actually had an email string going, and we were emailing each other back and forth about the tokens.
Uh-huh.
How somehow somebody hacked into the email. I'm saying,
Oh yeah.
and and matter of fact, if you look back up in our conversation, you'll see that.
Uh-huh.
And I was emailing them, and then it went, and I didn't notice that how when you're emailing somebody, it's got the little symbol over to the side. And I
Yeah.
didn't realize the symbol had changed. And the guy told me to do this, hey, send your tokens to this wallet. And which, I mean, I'm talking to them, and we had already done that once. Remember the first time you had to send the tokens in,
Yeah.
and then they resent. And so, all right, well, hey, we did it once. I guess we got to do it this time. And I sent them to them, and it wasn't lunatics, or so they say.
And they sold all the tokens, changed them for ETH, and then did you track what they did after that?
No, I mean, I don't know, Bubba. I'm not that smart on some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still,
Yeah.
but what I did do, second time I sent the tokens in, the funny thing is, I went into and I did figure out how to get into the ETH scan. The address, Lunatics told me it was not their address. That is not our address. You got took. But I went
Yeah.
into the ETH scan. It actually, under that address, it actually says Lunatics over to the side.
So
It
where
says
you
the
sent
tokens
it?
were
Where
sent to them. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That's very, very weird. So I don't know what to say about that. Typically
Man,
I
I
would
just
say
I just
if the
wrote
address
I just
if
I just wrote off, man.
yeah, maybe you looked at the address to where it was the contract address instead of the person that you're sending it to, that address. I don't know.
Right.
But that's
And
that's
like I
that's
said, Bubba,
weird.
it's 500. Man, I'm sure, Mr. Perry, that you've lost a little bit of money on tokens. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I just look at it this way, man. It's a lesson that you learn.
Yeah.
It's something that you chalk up to knowledge and don't do that crap again.
Yeah.
So
You always learn
pay
from
more attention
situations
to
like
what you're
that.
doing.
Yeah, you always learn from
So
situations like that. I'll tell you from the Lunatics ETH side, I was supposed to receive tokens from them because I'm a partner and I did not receive tokens, but I put $2,800, yeah, $2,800 into it. I came out with one
oh
thousand
wow,
seven hundred, so I did lose
yeah,
about $1,100 from just the ETH side, and it upset me a little bit, but I was like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't, if I'm a part of something, I shouldn't put extra money in there, try and make some more money as things are running or anything like that. Because you always try and show people how they could be successful on the investment side rather than just receiving anything. You know what I mean? Makes sense?
right.
So, yeah, that definitely got me. I'm definitely gonna have some more conversations with them to see if they're looking to move more towards the exchange route because I still want everything to be successful there, but it sucks when you don't have money to pay to launch on these exchanges. So that's my main issue with that. So I hope that they can get everything together.
Yeah. Hey, did you see? I saw a video last night. Well, because I can't go back to work till Monday, so I sit up and watch
Mm.
YouTube half the night. So, but oh yeah, and
Yeah,
I did and I had been looking at the Jasmine coin for a while. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I took I think $300 and threw it into there, so I got 30-40,000 coins.
I was gonna
For
say they're
right.
at a low price, so you have a low
Yeah.
cost basis then.
Yeah, I think it was like $280 I put into there. So I think I've got 40,000 or something like that. So
Okay,
we'll see
good.
what happens with that. But I saw another video a gentleman had made that Binance US is suspending all of the D deposits and withdrawals off of Binance US.
Like everything you mean, like because of what's happening with the SEC and everything?
Yes, yes. They actually, as of the 13th, June the 13th, you may want to check into it. It may make a good video for you.
Yeah.
Um, that on the 13th of June, so here just in a few days, Binance is suspended. They actually, what the SEC did is they went in and actually got their banking partners and threatened the banking partners that was working with U.S. Binance. And from what this guy was saying on this video, because it was a new video, it had only been out like 43 minutes when I watched it,
Uh-huh.
was that they're going to suspend all USD deposits and withdrawals will be crypto only on the Binance US as of June the 13th.
Okay, so it's going to be something that's not necessarily like, hey, you can't, if you're a U.S. Citizen, you can't buy whatever cryptocurrency, or you can't buy it, you can only swap for it. So
Right,
you have to already have Ethereum or whatever and put it
right,
into there, or BNB or whatever. So
right.
it's not gonna it's gonna limit the amount of volume that goes in there, because a lot of people don't understand how to do that. They only understand how to buy. So yeah, I'm looking at the article now, and it does look like something it's just ridiculous, the levels that the SEC goes to. But um yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll make a video on that. That's definitely something interesting.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know why, to me, it seems like what they're trying to do is, yeah, there's some scammers in there. There's some people that do the shady stuff that, just like I got caught, and I'm sure, tens of thousands of other people has got caught in schemes just like that, just like I did, but at the end of the day, I've still benefited more than it's hurt me, I
Yeah,
mean, or will benefit more than it'll hurt me, because if the bull run ever does happen again, man, I mean, some of the tokens I got, some of the ones that I do hold, like I think I'm up to 10,000 RCO now, 20 million on the lunatic or the classic Terra Classic. I think on the dot token, Polkadot, man, I'm up to 80 or 90 of those, which they're talking, but anyway, if the bull run ever happens, I make some money.
yeah, of course. Like, if you have you ever gone through and looked at where your current price is, and then look at the all time highs and compare what you would have with how many
Yes.
tokens? And like for
Yes.
me, it'll show just to the all time highs, not even seeing any type of bull runs. You're looking at like 700, $800,000 just from that
Yes.
alone. And then if you
Yes.
see a major bull run up to a 3 or 4, $1 trillion market cap, maybe even $10 trillion market cap, what happens then? So it looks like, for me, I think the SEC is sort of scared of what crypto is going to become, and they're trying to limit their firepower, because if Binance doesn't have as much firepower to pay for, lawyers and go through this lawsuit and everything that's happening here, then they're it's going to be less likely for them to come out and win. Same thing with Coinbase. So they're probably going to try and do that as well. I think they're just afraid because, one, I think Ripple is probably going to win this lawsuit, and it's not going to have
Yeah.
too much of an impact because of they're suing Binance and Coinbase at the same time. So that's what I'm thinking is happening right now, but it's not 100% confirmed, and they're not going to come out and say, "Hey, we're afraid." So
Yeah, yeah, and well, I'm just glad most of my stuff I do through crypto.com, so I'm glad to
okay,
see they're not messing with them just yet. So,
yeah,
I actually got two accounts. My wife has one, and I got one, so I do kind of and I did that on purpose because if this thing ever does take off, you got to pay taxes. So I literally have one account, half of it's on her name and her account, and half of it's in my name and my account. So the taxes, try to split the taxes. So
yeah,
if it ever
I hear you.
happens, so Ripple. Speaking of XRP,
Mhm.
you really think that thing's going to do something?
So I think Ripple's definitely going to do something. I know a lot of people have it projected at crazy projections. Like, I've
Yes.
seen things where people are saying it's going to be $100,000 per coin, $1 million per coin. I'm
Yeah.
like, that really doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't line up. However, if it's truly used as a transaction currency for the world, you look at it compared to the fiat currency. Look at the dollar, and then don't only compare that to just the dollar, but compare that to every single fiat currency that's out there, and
Right.
making that their currency to use. So it does give it a lot more value and can be worth trillions of dollars, but it's still a big if, you know?
Right.
And I don't want to play, all of my cards or throw all of my cards out there and say like I'm doing it all in that one if. So I have 1788 XRP,
Yeah.
um and I'm looking to hold about 100 just to see, because if that $100,000 per coin does happen and I have 100, that's huge. Um
Yeah.
but I'm definitely going to take profit as time goes on.
Yeah. That's so. I don't have any as of yet. I'm waiting to the 15th. Hopefully, I can. If I get my 1,500 back out of Big Eyes, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I catch because that's the day that we're actually doing. So that's the reason I bought this laptop. That's the day we're doing my daughter's the walkthrough dinner, the rehearsal dinner and all that stuff
Yeah.
that day. So I'm gonna have my laptop
Congratulations.
sitting over on the side. Thank you. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
that laptop up and running, sitting over on the side, waiting on them coins to hit the market, and hopefully I can get in, make a little bit of money, and get out.
Yeah.
Then
And
if I
like
get that, if I do
they're gonna
that,
be
I
like,
think
Dad.
I'll take, huh?
I said they're gonna be like, Dad seems a little distracted over
Right,
there.
exactly. So hopefully I get my some of my money back, and then what I planned on doing if I get that 1,500 back, I was going to take 1,000 of it and put it into the XRP and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's a good
and
strategy.
yeah, but man, that's like I said, I just wanted to touch bases with you, and
Yeah.
and I'm gonna I guess if you want to next month we can meet, and because I've got two of the pre-sales going off, the
Okay. Yeah. I
16th
want to
and
know
the
how they
19th.
go.
Yeah, and see if I make any money or if I lose my butt,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I mean, we'll see how it works if I and I don't know. I don't know, and I'm sure people do this all the time with these
Yeah.
pre-sales. You know what I'm saying? So I get on these Instagrams and what we're on now. My brain's not working. Discord
Discord. Yeah.
and I see people and they're like, yeah, but you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do that. And so I sit here. I sit here in the evening. I take a couple of hours to read through the news on them and this token and what they're predicting and what they're saying and what they're looking at, and then I read through some of the Twitter accounts and some of the Instagram accounts and some of the Telegram accounts and read what people are saying, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, that's great. I'm sure a lot of other people, after probably seeing this and wondering like how can I get in on pre-sales and stuff like that, they're probably wondering like how that worked out, and then maybe that'll give them a little bit more insight, a little bit more information on how they can start. And it's not something that I've ever done, so it's making me a little bit more comfortable and making me say, you know what, why don't I just do this, and throw like a couple $100 here and see what they end up turning into. But it's more than that, more research that you have to do. And I think
Yes,
people need to be
it
aware
is.
of that.
Yes, it is. Now, like I said, before I bought one of these things, I actually go to to their Twitter account. I actually go to their Telegram account, the Discord
Mhm.
account. I actually read through, kind of scan. I don't really read the whole white pages, but I kind of scan through those a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I check and their tokenomics, where they're going and what they're going to do with the money, and and just see what they got, and if it sounds good, I'm like, all right, so I put a couple of $100 in it, and
Yeah. And I think besides you making money from the initial pre-sale, it also, if you feel like it could be something that can blow up and be the next, let's say, Cardano or Solana or something, you have some skin in the game after you take your profit. So
yeah,
then you still
exactly,
have something early stages, and it's way better than anybody else that comes in, way later stages. This could be something that goes from a $10 million market cap up to a $10 billion market cap. And, you
exactly.
know, and you're a part of it. So the more you become a part of and get profit and leave some in, the better your situation is.
Well, like that was like with the Pepe coin. I got my
Yeah.
money out and I still got 53 million coins.
Yeah.
And if it does do something, and if it does hold around, like Terra Classic or Shib token or Dogecoin, I know it's a meme coin, but if it does hold around, a year or two and it hits the bull market and it runs up, I got 53 million coins sitting there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And I don't need it to go high. Hell, I need it to go to a penny, and I'll sell all of it. If it runs
I
up to
hear
a
you.
penny,
I
you
hear
know.
you. I totally hear.
Uh,
All right. All right. Well, I got to get back to this
yes,
child
sir.
upstairs, but yeah, it was great talking to you, and we'll definitely set something up for next month, and
Yeah,
hopefully
and
you
I'll
make
let you
a
know. Like
ton
I
of
said,
money
I
out of
got
these.
the AI Doge coin going off, and I got Big Eyes coin going off. I'll take some notes and stuff. I'll let you know how it goes. And hey, do that. Just go up there and type in top pre-sale tokens for 2023, and man, it kick you out because they're all because what happens is one goes off a sale, one goes off, and then they add a couple of more to the list, and it'll pull up the top 10 or 15, and just take a look at them and see what you think.
So that was good to be able to have that conversation. I feel like I said, we benefit from that so much just to be able to have a conversation like that, because something that I don't do, like focus on pre-sales, was something that he brought to the table. And now other people can learn from this, including me. I'm not a pre-sale person. I've invested in a couple of pre-sales, but I've seen this trend where people, invest in the pre-sales, find a way to make money, leave some in there, and kind of invest in the beginning without having to, put all their money in and just leave it all there, right? They're investing in the pre-sale, making money, taking some out, leaving half in or leaving a portion in, and now they're able to be in this thing that's early, and it could be the next Shiba Inu or the next Dogecoin or the next ADA or Solana. So I'm excited to see how that turns out for him. I'm going to look to getting into some of those things as well. Just like, we said, type in top pre-sale tokens, and I typed in top pre-sale tokens to see what that looks like, right? You see all of these that come up, and if you can find some success in them, if you can find some gains in them, it's always a good thing. So anyways, guys, let me know if you like this. If you guys want to join Patreon to be a part of this and have a conversation with me, feel free to be a part of it, and hit that link down below. Sign up for Patreon. Let me know when you're available, and we can go ahead and set up the one-on-one and have a conversation about your financial situation, things that are going through your mind, or any tips and tricks that we can kind of push both ways. So anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.